Okay, so this is the LuLaRoe spreadsheet that I was talking about in my introductory video that I made, and I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of what I've got going on here. This is basically just a modified T-form template that I just changed some of the formulas to suit my own needs, and I'm going to walk you through it. Transactions that show up in red are money that I have put in from my own personal account, my personal expenses account, which is First National Bank. It's going to be abbreviated as FNB. Or I also have some credit cards that I'm using that these are the abbreviations for that. Or if I use a gift card, like say somebody gave me a Shopko gift card for my birthday and I decide to buy storage bins with that, that's going to be abbreviated as GC for gift card. And it really doesn't matter where the gift card's for. It could be Shopko or Walmart or Amazon. It doesn't matter. If it's a gift card, it's GC. And anyway, like I said, so money or transactions that show up in red means it's my own personal money that I will need to pay myself back from my profits that I earn through LuLaRoe. If it's in black, that means that it is a sale or expense that's specifically for LuLaRoe. So if I buy shipping materials or whatever from my LuLaRoe account, which will be my Bank of America account, which will be abbreviated BOA, like right here, BOA, that will just stay in the Bank of America account or come out of the Bank of America account if it's an expense. And that will be business money and it will just stay in Bank of America. Like if a transaction shows up in green, that means that it's money that I have taken from my LuLaRoe account and transferred into my First National Bank account to repay myself for my investments. So, for example, let's just say that I did a pop-up sale and I made $700 and I decide that I'm going to take $500 of that to pay myself back for initial investment. So I would put the date here. Let's just say September 3rd, because I'll probably onboard sometime. Well, we'll say September 30th, because I will probably onboard sometime in late September. And we'll say pop-up sale 1, and maybe put the host there just so I know which one it is. And it's a deposit, so $700 that I made on the pop-up sale. And then I'm going to take, and it'll stay in black, like I said, because that's money deposited into my LuLaRoe account. Let's just say I take $200 of that and put it in my First National account. Then I will just highlight those rows, change the text to green so I know what it is. And then over here, this is what I've invested, which basically I just take the transactions that are in red, whether they are withdrawals or deposits, it doesn't matter. They show up in red, and I just take them and add them here. So, like for example, this LuLaRoe clothes retail, this is the value of the LuLaRoe clothes that I bought at retail through my sponsor Betsy or some other pop-up sale that I attended just for my own personal use. But since, part of selling LuLaRoe is wearing the clothes on a daily basis, I'm counting it as a business expense. So I put that in red, which means I would be paying myself back for it. So that's here. And then the starting balance of my Bank of America account was $1.70. I know, but it's low, but I never used that account for anything. Up until now, it was just an extra account that doesn't have any fees or anything, so I figured I'd keep it just in case, which I'm glad I did. So that's also in there, and I just do this formula here, which is equal sum, and then the first number, which is, these are actually flipped, but it doesn't really matter, which is 170. I'm just going to change it, take the 0 off the end, but, whatever. And then 457.08, and basically you just put number, comma, number, comma, number, comma, and it'll add all those up in there. So my total that I've invested in my business so far of my own personal money is $458.78. And then when I go to repay myself, I will take any of the transactions that are in green and put them in here. So it's 200 right there. And you don't have to do this, but I just do because it's me, because I don't have a second transaction. Just put 0, so there's two numbers, so it's 200 plus 0, which is going to be 200. And then here this is equal sum J2 minus J3, which this is J2 and this is J3, so it's taking the total invested minus the total repaid to let me know how much I still have to pay off to break even or pay myself back, which, like I said, this comes out to, in this hypothetical scenario, comes out to $258.78 that I still need to make for myself. This number here shows the current amount that I have in LuLaRoe profit, which is money that's sitting in my LuLaRoe bank account right now, minus any expenses or anything like that I've made. So basically I have $43.62 that I can spend on LuLaRoe stuff, so buying new inventory or whatever, which, like I said, this amount is small right now, but it's just getting going, and it's just a hypothetical scenario. This figure here is basically if it's an equal if formula. Well, actually, it's an equal if s formula, which I forget what that really stands for, but basically it's just saying, if it's this scenario, it's going to say this. If it's this scenario, it's going to say this. And if it's this scenario, it's going to say this. So in this scenario, if this figure is at 0, is equal to 0, it's going to say even. If it's greater than 0, it's going to say debt, meaning I still have to pay myself back, which is what it says right now. And if it's greater than 0, it means profit, which means I have, paid myself money. I've paid off my investment and I've started paying myself for doing LuLaRoe. So, for example, let's say that, we'll change this number here to $700, we'll say, because, and see, now it says profit. So, yeah, let's say 700. And just to make things even, we'll just change that to 1500. So there we go. So in this scenario, I made $1,500 on a pop-up sale, which sounds like a lot. So that's probably not going to happen until I start stocking like over 1,000 pieces in my inventory and have a lot of friends. But anyway, so out of the $1,500 I made in this pop-up sale, I transferred $700 to myself, which paid back my initial investment of $458.78 plus $241.22 in profit. So basically I have paid myself $241.22 and I have $343.62 in my LuLaRoe account that I can spend on, extra storage bins or new inventory or whatever, what have you. So that's a basic layout of the spreadsheet that I created to keep track of my expenses and sales for LuLaRoe. Oh, and this column right here, self-explanatory, is the running balance. So yeah, like I said, when I started, it was negative. I was in the negative for $57.08, and then minus the money that I had in the Bank of America account, so that's $455. And then I spent $1 for a processing fee for stamps.com. I did my $1,500 pop-up sale, so now I'm in the positive, $1,043.62. And then I took out $700 to pay my initial investment and to pay myself for doing LuLaRoe, because, treat yourself. And so there's the balance right here, which shows up in this box. And that's it. So yeah, if you have any questions about it, you can contact me in the info that's in the description on my YouTube channel. And if you would like to have a copy of this for yourself, I will post a link in the description to where you can download it, because I have a blank one that I set up just to get you started. As you can see, there's nothing filled in there. It's just an example. So it's a template, so you can put your own transactions and your own, you can change colors if you want, whatever, change the name, come up with your own key, do whatever you need to do. If you are comfortable using Excel and want to change some of the formulas to suit your own needs, that's fine too. If you're new to Excel and really haven't done anything, you can just follow along with this video to show you what to do, and just don't change anything. That's a formula, which, if you click it, it'll show up like this up here in the formula bar, which is the kind of the backstage view of what's going on in there. So, just don't change anything in there unless it says to in the video. Like if you're going to add money to your expenses, you obviously would change that to whatever. But, just the actual formula itself, the equal sum or equal FS, whatever it is, don't change that. And like I said, if you have any questions, you can contact me. Otherwise, you are good to go. So thank you for doing this with me, for paying attention to this video, and I hope that this helps some of you that are getting started with LuLaRoe and want to keep track of your sales and expenses. Thanks. Bye.